Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Around the Ballpark podcast. It feels like it's been a week, but it feels like a lot longer for some reason. So excited.
It does. It really does.
I don't know what it is, but I'm excited to just have this time tonight. Hopefully everybody's doing well. We are at the last day of May, if you could believe it. So much to talk about tonight. Super excited to talk about it. Darren, I hope you're doing well. And we were talking offline. You had a nice little meal there. So that's awesome. So let's get it. Let's talk about National Tax Solutions. Not get them out of the way. Let's just promote them right now and share the good news that is.
They've been with us from the time that we couldn't even crawl, much less walk. They've been with us from the beginning. And and hey, could you Palm Bay, Fort Pierce, if tax problems weighing you down, you're behind on the filings, you're facing a lien, Chris Bennett and Nashville Tax Solutions is here with the expertise and dedication that you need. Their experienced team handles the IRS, so you don't have to. But don't just hear it from me. Hear what some of the clients have told Mike and I. Things like Chris Bennett and his team turned a nightmare into peace of mind. They're sharp, they're honest, and they truly care. So don't let tax stress take over your life. Call 855-627-4829. Visit NashvilleTaxSolutions.com. Or just send an email at info@NashvilleTaxSolutions.com today, right after this podcast. Nashville Tax Solutions, real help for real results.
Yes, and Marcos, we were just there, and we were talking offline about Unbox Society, and yes, they have cool hats. I actually got to wear not just the cap. So did you get two or did you get one on your end?
I got the floppy and the baseball cap.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I wore the floppy to the beach, and at first I was like, "Nah, this isn't going to work." And then it actually was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I love it.
I'm not trying to impress anybody, and I also look good at the same time. So
yes.
But some days you need that on your neck, because it is 93 degrees and the humidity is disgusting. So, but yeah, so that.
By the way, you just mentioned 93 degrees. Yesterday, the 30th of May, 48 degrees.
48 degrees. What? I thought you were gonna say 90s. I was ready for it.
Nope. 48.
No. Okay. Well. I mean, it's June tomorrow. That would be crazy if it. I know you guys have some hot. You guys do get.
We've had a couple of days where what the kids call teasers. It would tease us that the weather's getting warmer, and then no.
Yeah, and then no. So, yeah, I know, Mark. It's crazy to me. I know that obviously your area will get in the high 90s. July, August. We know July, August is really more of the heat, in some of June. But and Joe was at the. I was not jealous at all, by the way. But Joe got to go on a cruise to the Bahamas from Monday to Friday. So, and what's cool with the trip is on Tuesday he was. I saw the post that they were supposed to go to Celebration Key, but I guess it got derailed because of the weather, and they were able to make it up on the flip side of the cruise, which was cool on Thursday. So they didn't miss out. They got to still experience that, which is cool. Because a lot of times if the weather is not permitting, then you just kind of miss out on that opportunity. So that was cool that they were still able to make that happen on the other side of the trip.
Oh, yeah.
So Darren, so much to talk about. It's like trying to pack it all in here. I want to remind everybody that every Monday you can see the newest episode of our newest podcast adventure, the 3 and 2 Count. This is where, if you don't know what we're talking about, this is where we break down several of the top stories in the last 7 days in the world of sports, mostly baseball. We tackle wrestling, we tackle hockey, we tackle soccer, we talk pretty much anything movies that we've seen in that 7-day window, since, as you know, we both have the pass. So we'll cover that as well in there. So we might talk about it for a minute or two here tonight, but that's where we.
Yeah, really... I want to hear a little bit about Italy. I want to hear a little bit about what happened there. I did watch the first hour. So, I do have one question. Um, but what did you think? What was your impression?
So for Clash of Italy, because it was on today and not Saturday, which was kind of weird, because I literally we were out of town in Tampa for the weekend. We had an awesome time, went to a concert, and got to see where the Tampa Bay Lightning play, and took some good pictures and stuff like that. We went home, went straight to Unbox Society. So I have yet to watch it. Unfortunately, I did get all the spoilers came through on the phone, and the early consensus is that it was a very safe show. Like, it was a very good show, but it was very safe, like predictable. And that was the opposite of what AEW did last week. They had a show called Double or Nothing, which is like their second biggest show of the year. And apparently they blew it out the water, top to bottom. Outside of the show being too long, it was tremendous. This show had the stars on it. Clash of Italy really only had 5 matches, but they brought all the stars out. But from what I understand, they played it safe with some of the winners. Didn't really blow it out the box. That's something they've kind of known to do, unfortunately. But at least it was a good show from what I heard. So I'll make my final decision when I watch it later tonight.
So the question that I have for you, I will ask once you watch it.
That's okay, all. And it might be because you got the. Did you get the Brock and Oba match?
The tag team, the women's tag team match is what I want to ask you a question about.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That was on the first hour.
First hour. It ended the first hour.
Okay, gotcha. That'll be interesting. Word up to Unbox Society. Yeah, as I mentioned, Eileen brought it tonight. Not just worship, but she also brought the word. It was awesome, and I'm glad that I was able to record it and kept my hands still the whole time. So that was cool. So I definitely will be sharing that with those that want to see that.
Tell the kids what the Unbox Society is who might not know.
The Unbox Society, those kids, what are those kids doing? How do they not know what's going on? But basically, I'll keep it short. Basically, with the Unbox Society, a lot of times we can be confined to the 4 walls of a church, and so what the Unbox Society is we're bringing the worship, we're bringing the word, we're bringing the fellowship to you. And when I say we, I'm just kind of there, and others are putting this together. But they are bringing the church outside the 4 walls. So we've tried a couple different parks now. We'll probably be rotating another park in there shortly. But once a month, every the last Sunday of the month, we do worship together. We have a meal, pray. We have someone that comes and shares the word. We do some announcements, and we just get to know some people that may not have a church to go to. Maybe they feel boxed in, and this is a way to basically get that experience. We had a few first timers that just heard about us through word of mouth. Last month we had someone that saw an ad on social media. And they are on different places on social media. So Mark, if you wouldn't mind dropping in the chat where we can find those that were watching this can find Unbox Society so they can follow on social media. If you want to drop that in the chat, I'll push that out on the screen as well. But yeah, so just got home and it actually worked out. We had a little bit of a later start, so that way I had some time to kind of rest up for a minute. It was a go weekend. So, but just backtracking to this weekend, I know we're going to talk about the Cleveland trip, but got to see. I've been to the arena before. It used to be called the Emily Arena. Now it's the Benchmark International Arena. We got to see Shinedown for the 8th time, and they bring it each and every time. We were not interested in the opening 2 acts, so we basically hung out in the lobby until they were both done. We could hear them just fine, but just not our kind of music.
Yeah.
Eileen liked it a little bit, but not for me. And they brought it. I think it was still a 2-hour performance from Shinedown in the final. I think they did 21 songs total. And you're one of the best bands when they did 21 songs, and literally on the way home, we were able to name like 18 songs that they didn't do that were radio mainstream songs, which is pretty crazy. So yeah. Beautiful. So I got pictures from that as well. Had a good time had the hotel overnight and all that good stuff. So super fun trip. Just a lot packed into 1 week for sure. So yeah, but the place was rocking. How when the concerts, you're the best crowd we've ever seen since last night. but you really felt like the crowd was engaged. They were rocking. Like a lot of times I just look around and you would see people were just, doesn't matter. The people in the nosebleeds that were about to fall to their death, they were even rocking up there
Right.
by the banners and stuff like that. So, so Darren, as we're going to talk about my trip to Cleveland with Dave, those of you that have watched the previous or an older episode with Dave Cummings, he came with him and his son to Cleveland Progressive Field, and we decided to make a full day trip. This was get up, not even in the morning. It was still like, I think I went to bed at 12 and because I got home late and woke up at 1:15. So I got an hour and 15 minutes of sleep, and he picked me up at 1:45 in the morning. And we drove to the Orlando airport, and they always say to get there 2 hours early because of security, but it was like 3 minutes where in terms of like how long the security part took. So there's a lot of downtime, and there's nothing opened at that time. Although Starbucks did open at 4, the flight was until 5. So at 4, there was like a mad rush to get coffee from people because they don't serve you anything for free anymore on the planes. Everything is for a price. And I think I saw 2 people buy something. Like nobody buys food on the plane or drinks.
No, why would you? No, I'm not gonna relent. If I don't have kids with me who need their food, no.
Yeah. Now, how's your security? Starting with that, like the whole security experience on the way there was fine, and I'll save how it was on the way later in the episode here. But the way there is fine. We didn't from Orlando. There was no more belts, no more shoes. It was just put your things in the basket, raise your arms, you're good to go. So, have you had a pretty pleasurable experience with that? Or
no. So the last couple of times I've traveled, it's been wonderful.
That's awesome.
But I always advocate getting there a couple hours early, even if you breeze through. You'd rather be there than sitting in those lines and getting stressed.
Yeah, you have to think about it. Exactly, you have to think: is it better to have too much time to sit and relax, or standing in line, that like the never-ending loop? I think the answer is obvious. So I would take that deal any day. And when we were booking the flight, it's not like there was a million options. So trying to make a flight out and a flight back in the same day, it's hard because you want to make sure you account for what if there's a rain delay, what if there's traffic, things like that. So you can't just go, oh, the game's over at 4, let's book a flight for 5. Like, it doesn't work that way. So we had a lot of downtime.
So you came back the same day?
Yes.
Wow. Oh, yes. That's hardcore.
How about that, Tony Voda, baseball road tripper? How about that?
That's right, Tony.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the flight was at 5:15, and it was supposed to land at 8. He got us there at 7:30 somehow. And I didn't realize how close Cleveland was to Canada. Like it's like right there. So super smooth flight. Had the whole row. It was not even a halfway full flight, so I had the whole row to myself. And again, those that fly Frontier Airlines, don't pay for a seat. They will give you a seat for free. It could be in the middle, but usually it's in the aisle or the window. You've flown Frontier, recently, so Yep. Of course, we'd all like a little bit more leg room, but because nobody else was in the row, I was able to stretch out in the row.
Yep.
So, what was your overall thoughts on outside of legroom on Frontier when you flew? Were you pretty
wonderful?
Yeah.
Like I tell people, and this is not derogatory at all. You get what you pay for. You know what it is. And look, I want safe on time. That's it. And that's what you get. And it was lovely. It was lovely.
Yeah. Pretty. It's. They did talk about adding first class back at the end of the year. I thought that was no longer a thing, but apparently that's coming back.
But what would first class be?
Right. Yes.
A little bigger and an extra potato chip. I mean,
yes.
Worth it.
Now, So here's what happened. So this is the surprise of the trip. So literally,
hold on, we got to unpack that some more.
Mm-hmm. Say, what'd you say?
Go.
You said unpack.
No, go ahead. I'll tell you what.
Okay. So, so basically,
I get so many questions in a good way. Oh, So hold on. So I'll ask the question since you brought it up again.
Okay.
So literally, you just walk on like a business trip, like no carry on, no nothing. I love everything about that.
Yes. So because I was not staying over, and I didn't want to bring a backpack into the stadium, I had my house key, I had my wallet, and I had my phone. And that's literally it. I didn't have a book. Like, probably could have brought a book, but then I would have had to carry it in the game.
Yep.
So I literally just said, that's all I'm bringing. I downloaded a couple videos on Netflix to my phone. However, I forgot to bring my headphones, so couldn't watch them. And I thought about it. I want to conserve this battery as much as possible because it's got to last the whole day. So I really just kind of closed my eyes and pretended to sleep. Couldn't really sleep. But so it felt awkward, like I'm forgetting something. It felt, just nothing. I'm just do like I'm going to the grocery store. But it was really strange.
It's so true.
The amount of time, Darren, that I sat there, because not only did they take food away, they took away like the boring magazine that used to be in the thing. So you have two options. If you're looking for on-flight entertainment, you can read the manual that on the front tells you the safety precautions, and on the back has like the maps to all the destinations they go. And because I had nothing but time, I confirmed that Frontier does fly to all 30 Major League Baseball cities. So I can stay Frontier through this whole experiment. So that's kind of cool.
Yes, it is.
And then number 2 is your barf bag. So not a lot of, opportunity there for entertainment, but it's there if you need it. So we get off 7:45 or something. Don't need to get baggage or anything. So we are already planning, okay, we're going to find where the Uber station is, and we're going to take an Uber to around where the stadium is and then kind of walk around. As we're walking, we see a sign that says train station ahead. And I was like, interesting. I didn't really do that kind of research. So apparently there's a train station that goes, amongst other locations, from the airport all over Cleveland. And we asked the gentleman at the desk, how much does this cost? He's like, it's too expensive for you. You're not going to be able to afford it. And I was like, oh. He's like, yeah, it's $2.50. I was like, oh. So it was about a 40-minute trip for $2.50 to take the train from the Cleveland airport 2 blocks away from Progressive Field.
How great. This is one of the reasons you love. I do. I love urban life, city life for that right there. Like you can do that. I mean, that is amazing that they have that happen. I mean,
yeah. So cool. So we got to see a lot of different. Of course, you're on train. You're not seeing like the best thing. There was a gentleman who was blind that came on the train, and he walked on like he was just like Mr. Cool. Like he just went right on. He almost sat near me, but like on me, but that's okay. But he just got right off. Like this wasn't worrying about the platform or nothing. Like he just does this all the time. So I think it was like 9:00. We decided to go to breakfast. Now I don't know. Again, my computer does this thing. This picture here, is that like an open space with?
It's beautiful with a flag and 99.
Yeah. Yep.
That's gorgeous.
So these are just a couple quick images of. So this is just a giant. They call it the arcade hall or something like that, and it was just a bunch of shops and stuff open. Now let me know when you get to the breakfast image.
I'm looking at it. Nope, you just passed breakfast.
This one.
Yeah, eggs on the left with an orange slice and hash brown potatoes.
So this place was called Addie's Diner. Now, in full so they didn't have a bathroom in the place, so you had to walk across that entire cathedral to get to the bathroom. So they give you the 4-digit code at the breakfast diner to go to the bathroom, and they gave you a paper towel because I guess the air vent wasn't working. So it's like a secret society to use the bathroom here in this establishment. So on the left, very, very good. Like I got the spinach omelet, delicious, fresh, awesome. On the other side of the plate, that looks really good though, doesn't it? The hash browns there, bland as can be, like completely bland, devoid of any flavor whatsoever. So the amount of hot sauce is borderline criminal that I put on the right side of the plate.
A lot of Franks. Keep going.
Just yes, like the guy with the cheese. No, just keep just keep going. So that was that experiment. You know, it was what it was. Hi, Mom. How you doing? So at that point, you know, we continue to walk around, things like that. Let me see what this next one. What is that one?
That is Progressive Field.
Progressive Field. Okay, so
you also showed prior to that was the statue.
Statue here, yeah. So I'll go back to those in a second. So basically, it was like 9 o'clock. The game started at 1. So in my head, you can, because I've been some cities, they let you in 2 hours early. Let's start walking around downtown, and then we'll just go to the stadium. So we start walking around downtown, and the area we were at wasn't too much. Like there's a CVS, things like that. You'll see in there is House of Blues was there, which is cool, but you're not going to go at 9 o'clock in the morning. So not too much. So this is where it got a little awkward because we wound up getting to the stadium at 10 o'clock in the morning to find out that they don't actually let you in until 12. So they had this really long line of people getting in, but apparently it was like a season ticket holder brunch. So we were too young and to get into that line. And so we kind of just hung out for like an hour, and then we went to CVS and bought a drink and just kind of looked around.
Now, what's the temperature? Like, is it cold?
68 degrees. Beautiful. Yeah. So it was fine. Then thankfully, after CVS, they had all the street vendors out trying to sell you cheaper merchandise than they sell in the stadium. But we found a Cleveland shop that had, and I'm not kidding, at least 375 different Cleveland Guardian hats. Like,
wow.
It was absolutely insane. And then that was one side of the store with all Guardians merch. And they had a Brown section, and then they had a Cavs section. So there were a lot of brooms in the Cavs section, by the way. So now, so awesome time. So that killed like 45 minutes, which was great. So again, got back to the stadium. It was still like only 11:15, so a lot of downtime. But again, I'm the kind of person, I'm not going to complain about downtime. I like to relax, have plenty of time to do things. So I was perfectly fine with that. So we were able to kind of look around, look at some of the
nice
images here. And again, I can't see anything that I'm sharing right now. So
that's Rocket Arena. And then now look at the stone that says Progressive Field. Progressive
Field. Okay. And a mystery image here with the.
Now this is the ballpark.
The ballpark itself. Okay. So at this point, we finally got in at 12, and we decided to just kind of walk around for a bit. We had this image here. There was a contest to win a truck, but because I was not an Ohio resident, I could not participate in that one.
Now, who's this picture of the gentleman with the bat pointing toward the pitcher? Now, who's that?
That is a good question. Unfortunately, if I was able to see it, I could blow it up a little bit more. But he played for the Guardians at some point of his life, and he was a popular player. They had a whole downstairs area with all the people, with all these plaques and stuff, and they actually had a wall that had the top 100 Guardians of all time, which was pretty cool. I don't know how they decided to take them off of the list once they're no longer on there. But we had this one here.
Manny Ramirez, Cleveland, Washington.
Basically they played the Washington Guardians there.
That is a very big scoreboard. You know,
yes.
Versus 2 strikes. That is huge.
That was huge. We were sitting in the 400, so we were in the second highest section. Not all people would be comfortable sitting there, but I was perfectly fine. We had the front row of that upper section, so it's kind of nice.
What was the angle? Was it a tough angle, or was it okay?
No, it was okay. And I mean, now the problem was the railing wasn't very high. So if you're a stupid person and like to lean things over. Speaking of stupid people, I need to talk about stupid people for a moment, if that's okay. So
I love it.
At the train station, right? I'm going back to the train station. So you have that yellow line that you don't cross. Like that's
right.
You stand behind the yellow line. Then closer to the train tracks, they have the final yellow line. That's basically a toe over that is the train, like where the train. The amount of people that leaned over that last yellow line to look to see if a train was coming blew my mind. Like I just don't understand. Like they were one trip away from falling into the track so many times. It was ridiculous. But anyways, so with our seat,
it's just people are stupid. People are just.
But basically,
it's like the people who go to like Yosemite, not Yosemite, go to one of the other national parks, and they try to feed the buffalo. They go out and try to take a selfie. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And so where we were sitting, the angle was fine. We had a good view of. We were basically like between home and first, and we were in the 400s, so we could see the whole field. And even though it was a little scary, I'm not going to admit, like standing for the national was a little scary. It wasn't like there was enough room where you could stand back and not like where you were up against the thing. Now I have to ask this question because I don't get it, but so they pay these people that work at the state. They had a good crowd, 17,500, something like
for a day game, and this was a scheduled day game. What day of the week is this?
Wednesday at 1:10 on a Wednesday. So if as you're sitting in the 400s, you're looking down, and there was people everywhere. It was a lot of people. It wasn't like every seat taken. So it gets, the game's going and stuff, and it gets to the 8th inning, and the amount of empty seats, a lot of people left for whatever reason. It was a close game. It was 3-2. But you're looking, and these people, the attendants, they're all about 80, 82 years old that are working the lower level sections. They will not let you go down there if your life was on the line. Now there's 8,000 empty seats down there, and it's not the 3rd inning. It's the 8th inning. Nobody's coming into the game that late. So we basically just did walks around the 100 section because if we even thought about going down there, they gave us this evil look. I don't get that. Like you would, like me personally, for the visual, especially on TV, after it's like halfway through the game, like, hey, come on down. It's okay. You're not taking someone's seat. So that was a little bit off-putting for me.
No, I agree.
I
agree. So were they waiting to get greased? Do you think that was the deal?
I think so. Yes. I think that I don't know what the 5th inning, 6th inning, whatever you feel it is. At that point, it should be fair game.
Oh, I agree.
Now, I think maybe they're looking at it as like, hey, these people paid top dollar. They deserve to sit down there, and you didn't pay top dollar, so you don't deserve to sit down here. And you could be stealing a foul ball from them. But it's a family pastime, and so I don't know. I think as long as you're not being ridiculous, that was kind of.
You're not silly. Drunk. You're not disorderly. Or,
Yeah. So, as far as food, they had a lot of options, a lot more options than the Great American Ballpark did, for sure. A lot of specialty stuff like that. There was because we had the breakfast we had was pretty filling and stuff. I wasn't like starving. So in my head, I'm like, I'm going to try 7 things. So they had hot honey chicken tenders and fries.
Sounds good.
It just sounded great. And they had some more fancy things. I was like, that just sounds really good. Because I've had the buffalo, I've had the regular hot honey. I was like, I'm going to try that. Awesome. I wish they were bigger. I wish there were more, but it was very good. I was very happy with that. Now, I did learn one tip. If you're going to get barbecue sauce, okay, don't put it in your back pocket before the game starts and sit on it, because when you go to the bathroom in the 7th inning, there's a problem. Because it's so usually if you get it, you should have it, you should consume it, don't store it. So that's what happened there. So yeah, that was a mess.
I've had similar things with mustard. Like I learned it hard way myself.
Yes. So the game itself, it was funny because there was not a lot of offense. It was fun, but it was kind of one of those games you're like, come on, something happened here. And so it was 1-0 Nationals in the 7th inning. Very slow game, but we're having a blast. They do the AT&T call to the bullpen, and our good friend Richard Lovelady comes running out.
No.
Okay, so he gets up there.
He's like an old nickel. He just shows up everywhere.
Yes. Now, remember the Met series, he had 2 consecutive saves to close the series, looked great. I was like, Dave, just have faith. This guy can get in these ruts where he cannot record a single out. Like he's just dialed out. Like
right.
And sure enough, I mean, it wasn't like an onslaught, but walk, hit by pitch, base hit. All of a sudden now it's 3-1, doesn't get a single strike or a single out, and then gets yanked from the game. So he does absolutely nothing.
Has he been DFA'd again? Or
no, not yet. I guess because they're like, he had 2 good outings and against the Mets. So far he's there. I did see that Kimbrel is already on the DL his first day with that. So Lovelady was bad. Get to the 9th inning. Guardians were up 3-1. The Nationals tied it in the top of the 9th, got the tying runner to second, and then they struck out and won the game 3-2. Very short game too. Like we were really hoping for a longer game to stretch out the day, but I think it was over like 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours 25 minutes. So here we are. It's before.
And what time's your flight back? What time's your flight?
9:57 p.m.
And what time is it now?
I would love it. It is 3:55.
Gotcha.
Now, in my mind, I wanted to have a buffer in case the game goes long,
of
extra
course.
innings, rain out and stuff. But they didn't have. They had a 4:30 flight or the 9:59 flight, so there was no options because 4:30 flight would have meant we had to be there at 2:30, and so that just wasn't.
Nope.
So we're like, okay, so we took some more pictures around the park and things like that. And then we found the Clevelander, which is a staple. If you're going to a Guardians game, that's like the place to go. People everywhere. And we ordered, and I'm going to see if I can find a picture. I probably can't. But we ordered these pretzel nuggets. Let's see, Clevelander. So they ordered these pretzel nuggets, not because we were hungry. Because, again, all I had was the tenders and fries. That was it. I just was not able. I just was like, I'm not that hungry for some reason. Maybe because of the breakfast. I don't know. It was just not. No. It was one of those days where I was just like, I'm not going to eat just to eat. And I got what I got. I was happy with. Yeah, I don't see it here. Anyway, Darren, the amount of pretzel nuggets that they put into this basket was borderline magical because the basket was one size. And there had to have been, and Dave, I don't know if you're watching or not, but if you do and go back, there had to at least have been 87 pretzel nuggets in what only can be described as a normal, regular-sized basket. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of salt on there. And if you took so they were delicious, but no human should be able to consume that as an appetizer. Mm-hmm. It was crazy. We wasted so much nuggets, but I mean, it was just too much. And they were good size too. It was crazy. So we ate and we looked at the clock.
Now
still not 5 o'clock yet.
Hold on a second. How did you do your nugget? Was it naked with salt? Did you put a little mustard on it?
So they had a mustard dipping sauce there, but because when you took the salt off of it, it had it had this like buttery thing to it that it was delicious just as was. I was like, I'm not even gonna dip it. So it was really good. Just it didn't need more than that, honestly. Now, just backtracking just for a quick second, as far as the other items they had there, the one that really stood out to me, I didn't get it, but they had this. It was like a chicken burrito bowl with Fruit Loops on it. It was really strange.
Fruit Loops.
Yeah, Fruit Loops. Yes. It was. Let's see if I can.
Boy, that is random.
I think it was a chicken bowl. Let me see here. I'm interested. Maybe it was. No, I'm sorry. It was not a chicken bowl. Okay, I'm going to bring this up here. Save this image. So this is a mac and cheese, chili, and Fruit Loops hot dog that I'm about to bring your way here. So
I'd be all about that in a bag of chips.
Let's see here. Please hold. Okay. There we go.
I got. Hold on. I got to take a picture of that. I'm taking a picture of that. And this is at the Clevelander?
Yes.
Wow.
No. This was at the stadium. This is at Progressive Field.
This was
Yeah.
at Progressive Field. Now,
Yes.
how much is this delicacy?
It was $9, I believe.
Well worth it. So you got a hot dog, mac and cheese, and then you have chili and Fruit Loops.
Yes. Yep.
You're killing me. You absolutely. I've never seen it. And did people seem to enjoy it?
Yes. People enjoyed it so much that they were eating it as they were walking. They weren't even like trying
I'd
to
be all
wait.
about it.
So yeah, no, it was, and the variety, like,
and
they had
$9,
so
not
much
bad.
variety of food. And what?
$9, not bad.
Not bad. They did have a steak sandwich. It was a strip steak with chimichurri on a sub bun. But that's not really a ballpark food. Like, as good as that was, like, that would have been good for like a food festival. But
Right.
it looks cool. I would say.
Listen,
And-
any augmentation of a hot dog is stadium food, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. And
Wow.
this is the one other thing I wanted to show you here. I didn't get this one, but let's see if I can, because it's important that everybody sees this one. Okay, here we go. So this had a variety on one.
So this sounds like many more wonderful options than Great American Ballpark.
Yeah, really, really had a lot going for them. Here, let me see if this could be, because let's see. PNG. Let's see if this will work. Wasn't working the first time. Let me try it again. Because okay, it's all right. Anyway, let me try one more thing. Crispy. So they had a spicy Thai fries with it had cucumbers, green onions, so sliced cucumber, green onion, sambal mayo, shredded carrots, and sweet chili pulled pork. That was
I like that. I was going to say I like that.
For some reason, I can't get that one to show, but they had a lot of burrito bowls, just chicken bowls, like just it. I guess the only knock I can say is there wasn't a lot of stadium food, but it looked like. And if you Google and really do your research, there's a lot of they're rated in like the top 3 for ballpark foods.
That's amazing.
For all the stadiums, yeah. And I wish I was more hungry because like that's part of like the whole experience, right? You can only try it once and stuff. So I wish I was like more.
I'd be all about that. I'd be all about that hot dog. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think I might have found. Let me see here. I might have found it because I do want you to be able to see it. It wasn't working before. Here we go. Okay, now it's gonna work. Okay. And let me add this little bad boy right here. Oops. Okay. Let me know if you can see that.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So that looks great. It's probably not blown up too big, but
no.
Really
so
good.
now, how big is that plate? That is ample. Seriously, that's ample.
Yeah. This was more expensive. This was like $18.
But it looks like it's worth it.
Yeah, it was a deep bowl or plate or whatever, so it would have been definitely worth it for sure.
That looked real good.
So, but yeah, I mean, beautiful. Not a bad seat in the stadium, no matter where you walk around. So my final review for that stadium would be I would put it 4th out of 7. So I would put number 7, of course, is the Miami Marlins. Most people would put it above the Rays, but the Marlins stadium to me has no identity. It's just a building.
It does. It's vapid.
Yeah, it is. I would put the Rays at number 6. I would put number 5 would be the Great American Ballpark because it's staple. It's just a little bit old school, not too much going on, but I enjoyed it. I really did. I would put Cleveland here at number 4, only because at number 3 would be Yankee Stadium, Citi Field number 2, and Fenway is number 1. So out of the 7 I've seen, that's my order.
So tell me a little bit about the wall in left field.
For in
In
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yeah.
So
how high is it? I can't, like, I know it's high, but it's not Green Monster high, right? I mean, how?
yeah, so okay, so we were talking about it in the middle of the game. We were trying to figure out like why they made it as high. It's not Green Monster high, but we were curious like why did they make it as high as it was
I agree.
compared to the rest of it? And I think it's really so they were able to put some seats in a certain spot. It really helps with the visual. Like maybe they were looking at it from that perspective because when you're sitting where we were looking that way, it just made it such a beautiful vision. I don't remember which photo it was.
No, that makes sense.
One of these here, but
so it's in the middle of the city, right?
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, literally. Now, as you're walking up, and it was in one of the photos, but as you're walking up to the stadium, directly next to the stadium is where the Cleveland Cavaliers play.
Right.
Is their stadium. Now, I didn't get to see where the Browns stadium, and we didn't kind of go that way. But yeah, they were literally right next to each other for sure.
And they should be. These stadiums should be in the city.
Yeah. So it was middle of nowhere. So 5 o'clock, we're done at the Clevelander. We realize, okay, we don't have to be back until like 7:57. So we just go on a walk and we see homeless guy after smoking here and smoking there. It was a little bit crazy. We checked this place out. And then we found one place. It was like you walk in and it wasn't a bowling alley really, but it was like you walk in and they had some games that you could play, like that one with the sand and it's like the shuffleboard, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's called shuffleboard. That's what it's called, shuffleboard, right?
Yeah. So, but basically, you have like a 1, 2, and 3, and if you roll it too hard, it comes off the thing completely. It's a whole thing. So then we walk, and there was 12 lanes to bowl, like just in this regular hangout building, and then they had a downstairs where they had pool tables and air hockey and arcade games, a bar. Nice. It was just like so much. I was like, oh, so we just kind of hung out in there and played some stuff for a little bit. Didn't have to pay a penny because we didn't do the bowling, but so that was fun. That killed a little bit of time. We started walking. We saw they had a country club. They had a comedy club. They had different arcade places. They had so many different restaurant themed. They had an Irish restaurant. Just a lot to see, like from the way we took back, basically. And so that was great. Then we got back to the train station, got to the airport, I want to say about 6 o'clock. We tried to kill as much time as we could. Mm-hmm. So we didn't board until 9:15. So we took our time, looked in some of the shops, kind of tried to close our eyes in the seat for a little bit. Didn't quite work too well. Went for a walk, just kind of, and eventually, little by little, eventually the time came. And we both said, like, we wouldn't trade it for the world. Like, that was still the way to go because we weren't
100%.
We weren't hustling and bustling and all that.
Now you said you got 20,000 steps in for the day?
Yeah, it was like 21,000 steps. I usually average like 4,000 steps, if not even that sometimes because of my job. So yeah, 21,000 steps was crazy. So when I got home, it was 2:05 in the morning. So basically got an hour and 15 minutes sleep in a 48-hour window. So I slept from 2:05 until almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon on that Thursday. I woke up, I was like, oh my goodness, didn't hear a peep when Eileen and them left for work and stuff that day because I was out. So would I do it again? Would I make some changes, all that kind of stuff? I mean, if every city could be like that, that would be fantastic with the whole thing. So yes, 1,000%. Now I can't probably get the same person to come with me each time. And would it be as fun without an extra person? Probably not. Cause I can make friends on the plane or wherever I go, but just when you want to have someone to kind of travel with, just makes
more course.
Sense. So 1,000%, I would do it. I would like to do another one this year just to kind of move this along a little bit, get to number 8. So I'm looking at a late August thing. For some reason, certain cities are crazy expensive compared to others. So I'm going to kind of look into that. I was going to look at one city in mind. I was like, I don't think about that one. So I am going to try to do one more this year. So I'll keep you guys posted. That will put me at 8 total stadiums.
That's great.
So
And I love the deep dives you did on the food. I mean, that's what we talk about here around the ballpark, right? The
yeah,
sports, the food, just the feeling of what goes on around the stadium. It sounds like Cleveland's doing a really good job.
yeah, they really are. There was a lot. I mean, it wasn't. It's one of those cities. It was a baseball city. You know, pretty much 95% of the people had some kind of Cleveland merch on. So it wasn't like a neutral like Miami where they don't know what to do. You know, it's like, oh, what is this building? Let's see what they do here. But then when it's the World Baseball Classic, they know they show up. You know, yep, exactly.
Yeah, Miami it's a disgrace what's going on there. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we are gonna do, like we talked about at the top of the hour, or at the top of the podcast, we are gonna do our recording tomorrow for the top movies and things. So, but let's give a tease. So Darren, you did see 2 movies, and we're gonna go a little bit more in depth tomorrow. But could you give us a quick tease on both? You saw it was Star Wars.
I saw Star Wars. I saw what's one that you saw too? I saw that as well.
You saw Obsession, yeah.
Obsession. I saw.
Well, you saw that like last week. You hadn't seen it.
Yeah, and then I saw Backrooms.
Backrooms. So Aiden went to see Backrooms yesterday. So he's like, if you go, I'll go with you again. So starting with Star Wars and then Backrooms, your thoughts on it?
Yeah. So real quick, again, if you've seen my social media post on Star Wars, just a teaser. 3 words: Muppets in space. Right. So, and I don't mean that as harshly as it sounds. It's amazing how people love Star Wars, and they read that and they were just ripping me privately. They just, text me and, you don't understand. You're not, Yellow Clouds. You're not the, you're not the.
I saw.
Yeah, you saw that, right? And
I saw the. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, first of all, what do you say? I'm not. Look, I saw the original Star Wars in the theater. I am the demographic. Like, what is that? Anyway, and Obsession, saw that. I saw Passenger. And then Backrooms is a mind trip. We will unpack that tomorrow. It's very interesting. It's not what you think, but it's exactly what you think. It's very foreboding. And the fact that, I will tell you this, the fact that the director of the movie was 19 years old. 19.
So Obsession, the director was 26. I was like, holy moly. And then I had to find out that he was 19. I was like, my goodness.
Yes. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So
I'm really excited to see that one.
Yeah.
Now, do you have plans to see, because the other one, because it's really strange, because like literally, like just the only time I can remember where I would see every single movie that's out. Like usually certain things are not my genre sometimes or whatever, but like it seems like everything, even the 12 theaters that we have here, like everything is something that I want to make sure. Maybe the exception of like one movie that I never really heard of. But I'm not into those subtitle Korean like anime movies. Like
I'm not big on that. I'm not big on that either.
Yeah, but are you going to see Passenger? Is that on your list, or do you not have
I saw
that there? Oh, you did see Passenger. Okay, I couldn't remember if you saw that one. So
yeah, we'll talk about that as well.
Okay,
but I will tell you, Obsession was better.
Obsession, So you got to see all 3. So yeah, that's hopefully everything works out with that. And
tomorrow's the Monday Mystery Movie. I'm excited.
Yeah, that is tomorrow night. So keep us posted. But we'll definitely unpack them a little bit more. But the one thing I do want to say, so the one movie that I saw, unfortunately, you won't get that chance to see, I don't think, unless you went to a different theater, was Breadwinner. So full transparency, I went to go to the movie, and something happened at home. It took us longer. So we missed the 3 movies that I wanted to see that started at 1 o'clock. So I got there. It was like 1:42. And then the movies, I was like, well, I can miss the first 10 minutes. Well, they all disappeared off the app because by the time I got in the line, I was about to buy it and it just disappeared.
And they're gone. And they're gone.
they're gone. So I picked Breadwinner, and I had no idea what the heck that even was. Honestly, didn't. I knew it was a comedy, but that was it. When I tell you, like, the performance with his name is Nate Bargatze, and he does apparently he's a writer, he's a producer, actor, all that stuff, but he is highly known. I guess he does clean comedy. He does a bunch of tours and stuff like that. They say the nicest guy in comedy. He presented his material in such a way, like, it wasn't forced. It wasn't like, oh, someone wrote this line. Like, yes, it was a family movie. It was a comedy, whatever. It wasn't hokey, except for a couple parts here and there, but that's okay. My good, like, that was the perfect comedy movie to me. Maybe because I'm a father with children and just whatever. I can't like. I'm not gonna say it's top 3 movie of the year or whatever like that, but amazing performance by this guy. I'll make sure I'll see anything that he does. If I see him coming locally in town for a comedy thing, I will make sure to go to that because he just nailed it. Mandy Moore did great in this movie as well. The cast was great, but I just love this movie, love, and did not expect to be blown away by that movie. So we'll talk a little bit more tomorrow, but yeah.
I'm going to send you. I became aware of Nate Bargatze when he did this scene on Saturday Night Live where he plays George Washington, and I will send it to you. And it's just unbelievable. It's like, and we're going to create a country, and we're going to the first year of school, we're going to call kindergarten. And then, right. So then the guys row in the boat across the Delaware. The guys go, and what will we call the second year? We will call the second year first grade. So,
oh man, that's funny.
Like that kind of thing. All clean, all funny, and just, and like we will call meat when it's alive, but one word, and then when it is food, we'll call it something else. So we'll call cow, and then when it's food, we'll call it steak, or we'll call it hamburger. What will we call chicken? Chicken.
Yep. Yeah, I know. But I'm just so happy that I got this pass. It's been tremendous.
And I'm glad you went to a movie that you didn't expect to like that you like, right? I mean, that's always a plus.
Yeah. No, I honestly, like, I just definitely, it's one of those, even if you're not like an Amazon, if you're able to see that at home, I definitely would recommend that. There's so many like hidden gems this year, like on a year where there's all these big names, like again, not movie of the year or anything like that, but like the movie we talked about 2 weeks ago, with the it was like the action movie, I forget what it was called, that it's like, oh, you must see that, and then you wind up seeing it. The heck was that called? But the small town one in Minnesota where he, like, it was the fighting scene in the beginning overseas, and then they wound up in Normal. That's what it was, Normal. Right. Yeah. So many of those kind of movies that was unexpected. So, but yeah.
Now, have you seen The Sheep Detectives yet?
No, because we got loaded up with Obsession, and I feel like that one, even though we have 16 movies or 15, whatever it is, 12 movies playing, because there is one, as big as our theater is, there's an AMC Avenue 16 about 30 minutes away that has 4 more theaters than we do. Right. But I think it actually left already, because let me double check. But like, we had all those, movies around that, and then I think they got bumped. Yeah, they're all gone. Super Mario Galaxy is still there, but every other children's movie has left the building.
So I just sent you. I know we're finishing up now. I just sent you both of his SNL. Now, Nate Bargatze is not a regular on SNL. He did this twice, and try not to laugh. That's all I'll say. When you watch it, try not to laugh.
Okay. Yeah, just saw it come through. Definitely. So I know I was telling Eileen, I was like, I'll pay for whatever it is on Amazon so you could see certain movies if we don't get to see it in theater, just if she wasn't able to come with just because it was that good.
Yeah,
I'm
the Sheep
grateful. It's
Detective
been
was a lot of fun. It was
a
just
lot of fun.
good, wholesome fun.
I'm just happy because I'm looking like Hoppers wasn't a dud. Like we did like Hoppers, but it wasn't terrible or anything like that. But I'm going back to my A-list section here or whatever, and I think that's So Breadwinner, great. I'm not going to do all of them, but Breadwinner, great. Obsession, fantastic. Hoppers was good. Michael was amazing. So it's been about 4 or 5 in a row now that have been really, really good.
I love that.
There was those. Which one was it? It was. Let me change I think it was 90 Days. Yeah. Normal was great. Yumi and Tuscany was great. Project Hail Mary, fantastic. Then it was They Will Kill You was like terrible, but the lead actress was awesome.
Right.
Undertone was kind of like watching the mom go to sleep, and then
it's true.
Yeah. So it's cool that you can go back and relive it just by looking at the names of the movies. So thank you guys for watching this episode. Please make sure hit like, hit subscribe, turn notifications on, and make sure you check us again tomorrow for that probably late evening posting because it's a recording of our 3 and 2 count where we break down the biggest stories in the week of sports and movies in the last 7 to 10 days. With that said, Darren, I hope you have a great rest of your night. I'm going to put my feet up and we will talk soon. And until then, we will see you around the ballpark. Bye, guys.